everybody, how's it going? I'm Paul and with the Dicey Review, and tonight we're going to be watching a full gameplay on a new digital platform called Festa. Now, what is Festa? Well, Festa is a party game platform developed by the same people who made Tabletopia. It's essentially going to be kind of like a Zoom call, but with game features built into the platform, digital chat, all of those types of things, with lots of flexibility in a sandbox mode. There's some really cool stuff. So currently, Festa is in beta, but they're going to be fully releasing it soon, and they're constantly expanding the library of games. So they reached out and asked if we would be interested in doing a bit of a gameplay, and I absolutely was. So that's what this is. Hopefully you enjoy it. Tonight we're going to be playing Chameleon. But essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to 5 points. So what's going to happen is at the start of every round, there's going to be, all of us are going to be given a secret word, and it's going to be on the screen. So like for round one, the secret, and apparently there's chat. So for round one, apparently the secret word is teacher, right? So then all of us not chameleons would need to go...
Now the chameleon knows.
Well, we already know who the chameleon is. Check and mate, friend.
Oh, yeah, but we haven't won yet.
You make a good point. I've made lots of mistakes in the past 10 seconds. And so, like, we would all have to give a one-word clue to let everybody know that we know the secret word, and the chameleon also has to give a clue, hoping that they can figure out the context, right? So you get a little bit of context by just looking at the card.
The blue moose howls at the red moon.
So like if I'm looking at this card and I see fisherman, lumberjack, nurse, waiter, janitor, secretary, whatever, and I have no idea what the secret word is, I could just say like blue collar and see if that's, tricky enough to where people could be like, oh yeah, it's a security guard. I can see that as being like a blue collar thing. But you
the secret word isn't security guard. We found the
Found him. I'm voting.
So then at the end of the round, we all discuss who we think is the chameleon based on the answers that were given. And if it's like super generic, we can be like, you were super generic. I don't think you know what the word is. You're the chameleon. If we're right and we out the chameleon, they all get a chance to vote, or the chameleon gets a chance to vote on what the correct word is. And if they get it, they get 1 point. If the chameleon gets discovered and they cannot guess what the secret word is, we all get 2 points. And the first person to 5 points is the winner. Let's all take away those points because we're just learning how to play.
I could take away Tim's points for him.
And
All right, we're all on a nice even basis. No one with more or less points than me.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. That seems to check out. By the way, I was a music major in college, so math wasn't my strength. Let me see here. All right, so we're good. I'm going to press the next button, and then we'll have it for real. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know. Negative 36. Can you use the scroll wheel or something? Good grief.
Have like a macro set up for that? Or?
I think somebody's hired somebody on Upwork to come and just click my arrow down. Okay, sweet.
Unfortunately, you can't just type a number in, so we're going to have to manually fix
For the
this.
love. All right. So we now know the secret word, and we each have to come up with a clue to say what the secret word is.
All right, Jeremy, you've got the orange around your number.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he should go first.
So I'll go first. But I just want to make sure because we're all ready. There's not supposed to be pauses.
So I just try to understand what we're doing. We're coming up with a word, a clue word for what now?
That describes the secret word.
That describes the secret word, but
I
it's
see,
not too obvious to give it away to the chameleon. I think this may work. We all ready? We ready?
Ready.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Bird.
Run.
Oh, is it me?
I think it's you. Sorry. We were supposed to go in numerical order, but that confused me because Jeremy, you're
numerical order. Yeah.
So
He's
then
number 2. Tim's number 3.
Oh, okay.
See
Then
how
we
it
wrap
goes
back around to
in
you.
Number order. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Go 5 to 1.
Okay,
to
so I
2.
went out of order.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Tim, you're next, and then Chris, then David. We're gonna do it real nice and simple.
I'm gonna do run as well.
Suspicious.
So suspicious. All right, Chris.
Very suspicious. No, it's you, Paul.
I already
You
went.
already went.
I went out of order.
Paul went out of
That was my
order.
bad.
Oh, I see. That's right. I'm gonna say fly.
Okay.
I'm gonna say animal. Not really. I'm gonna say egg.
That was okay. That's what I was gonna say. So we are now in the discussion mode, and I got to be honest with you. I'm thinking it's Chris.
I think it's Chris as well.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
he
I do
revealed
too.
himself.
Yeah, it is. I hate games like this where I have to like just
You're not supposed to give it away. You're supposed to.
What am I supposed to do? No, it's not me.
Not me.
What am I supposed to do?
It's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yes. That's
Everyone
100%.
already like, it's Chris. It's Chris. I'm like,
Dude, no, because you could have totally pointed the finger at Tim, because Tim said the same word that I did, and he had to think about it.
Dude, I don't know how to.
Well,
I'm not-
dude, it's because
I'm not. I'm not.
That's
I'm not
exactly what I was
sneaky
thinking of.
like that.
And then you went in front of me. That's the exact one I was thinking of. And you went on a turn in front of me.
Did I pick
you were
the
like,
one word? Is it ostrich?
It is ostrich.
It is.
So you get.
I did a roll of the dice. You said bird, so I picked the one word that gave away that I don't know what it is. Fly, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna roll the dice. I got a 1 out of 4 chance of getting that. You know. So.
That's what. See, I was torn on that one because I was like, if I say run, like if I say, I was thinking like, oh, flightless, and then I'm like, no, that's like the only thing on there.
Yeah.
And then if I say egg,
Yeah.
then that's going to super narrow it down. I was like, oh, there's a few things that lay eggs, so that might be bad. But I was like, oh, I'm going to do run, because if somebody knows what it is, they're going to realize that Anyway.
I feel like my clue was the best because egg gives you. I mean, an ostrich egg is super iconic, but there's also multiple things on the list that lay eggs. So
Yeah.
That's what I almost went with because it was much better than flightless.
yeah.
Yeah,
My next
flightless
clue
would-
was going to be biggest. I mean, seriously, because it's the biggest bird.
It is. So that's the weird thing about the game is that like clues like that need a couple of other connecting clues can work, because if we connect those clues, then you're like, oh, it's egg running. Oh, it's bird. It's a running bird. Oh, it's obviously whatever. But anyway, okay. Well, Chris, you narrowly escaped, and you got a point, and we get nothing. And so now we're in the next round.
Wait, how did I get a point?
Because you guessed
Everyone guessed.
what the secret word was. If you're the chameleon and you're
I didn't
discovered,
realize I had a chance to guess what it was. Oh, okay, I forgot about that.
If you couldn't have guessed the correct word, then you would have gained. We would have all gained 2 points, and you wouldn't have gained anything.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, I'm getting how this works now.
So, Tim is the first player because I'm not sure why.
Because he's got orange around his name.
That's true. You're the first player.
Honestly, it's probably because we're in the third round, technically.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I think the rules are maybe a little bit different for the digital implementation. So that is all good. So let's all think of a word. Let's all think of a word that matches up with our secret word. I need to get my thought process going here. I think I'm ready. Whenever everybody else is ready,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
We'll give it the old.
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'll go. I'll say outside.
Son of a outside, outside as well.
Really?
Yes.
You couldn't just change it last minute? You have to go with the first thing that popped into your head. You have to stick with it?
I will say. I will say. I don't want to give it away. I will say. No, I'm gonna say out. I'm gonna say outside. I'm gonna stick with. I'm terrible at thinking.
Single word?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. This is too generic. It's too generic. Never mind. I'm going to say hands.
I'm going to say sweaty.
That's a good one.
Boring.
Dang.
And now are we in discussion mode?
We're in discussion mode. The clue that I was going to give, I think, would have given it away. The second clue that I was thinking of, I think, would have given it away. That's why I didn't say
Oh,
a
do
second
you?
clue. I do. I do think it would have given it away. Because it would have technically correlated to like two other things, maybe. No, one other thing. No, three other things.
Would have narrowed it down too much?
The only clues I have is that it might be Paul because he didn't have a real clue.
Yeah.
Or it might be Jeremy because his applies to all of these.
I don't believe it's
I don't know. I
Chris.
don't think it applies to
It's a very general,
all of
very
these.
general answer.
I don't believe
It
it's
is
Chris because I think his tied in perfectly. I think Tim's tied in perfectly. So perfectly, in fact, that he thought of the exact same clue that I was thinking of. It was me.
Me too. And yet somehow I was still able to come up with a clue.
Yeah, because you had two other people's turns. The way this game is supposed to work is you're supposed to like go bop, 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 bop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes it very tough to think of a different clue on the spot.
It's not tough at all when Chris takes a minute and then you have
Yeah,
time to
I
think
took
about
a
it.
minute.
I
Take a minute.
think it is Jeremy, and I'll tell you why. Because that clue was very generic, and it could have tied in with almost all of these, depending on your opinion.
That's my thought. I don't think it's Paul because he's a very bad liar.
Isn't the whole point of it to come up with one that can apply to a lot of them so the chameleon doesn't figure it out?
But not too many of them, because you also want to let people know that you're not the chameleon, Jeremy.
So what you're saying is that you consider most of these things boring.
For the most part,
Yes.
yes. Most of these
Most
things
of
are
these
boring.
things are boring.
With the exception of like one. For me.
For
Maybe,
me, there's
maybe
like
two.
there's like three on here that are pretty interesting.
Well, it's also like some of them, like a couple of them are worded oddly, like trains. Was it like model trains riding big trains, looking at trains?
Exactly.
I think train spotting
That could
is
be
what this may be like a British
that could be.
thing. Because I think there are some people whose literally their hobby is just watching trains.
But
Like
there's people
that's-
also
No, I know.
who model
I know,
trains
but I
and
just-
little things in their basement.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then they
I didn't know
put
if it was,
model
like, little
making on
trains.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
maybe.
model trains, train spotting.
That is
Yeah.
a weird one.
The U.S. version
Or
of
maybe
car
is anyone's
spotting never,
hobby really
never took off.
walking?
I train people in judo, so I like train.
Is walking really a hobby?
No, it's. I think walking and hiking could be exchanged. One of them is just walking, but not.
Yeah.
That's true.
You got to go find the
hiking
mall
hiking.
walkers. The mall
I will
walkers
say I
walking
feel like
is a
hiking
hobby.
implies outdoors, whereas walking could be either.
Could be either.
Walking could be.
It could be indoors or outdoors. Well,
Honestly, several of these could be indoors.
All right, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what I'm doing. I'll tell you who I'm voting for. I'm voting for Jeremy. I'm doing it.
I'm voting for Jeremy.
I'm
as
voting
well.
for Jeremy.
I'll jump on that train. See what it did there. Train.
Ah, we did it.
Oh no!
Well, I'll just vote for Chris. He was the one twice. So he was really twice. Might as well.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
Dang, wow.
What gave it
job.
away?
Hand.
Dang it! I was worried about that.
So the other thing.
I knew what
know
it. I knew what it was. I knew what it was when he
cooking.
said hand. I was debating going with boring, or.
Photography, cooking, painting, fishing,
That's
But he had already said outside.
model
If you-
making. Oh,
If you had
that's
said work, I probably would have been less suspicious of you than when you said boring, because boring is like that's most of these things.
Well, no, yeah, I decided to go with boring, but I was like, because I was thinking I was either going to go with boring or elderly, because I feel like every elderly.
That's true. That is a very.
I would have probably thought the same thing. I would have been like, this is all of these apply to old people. Except for the girl who taught us our pottery classes when we went and took them was like 16 years old.
Dang.
Well, she's
so
a
stupid.
pottery savant.
Yeah, she is. She's taking a pottery class at her high school. She told us all about it while she was teaching us how to do pottery.
I'm the first player this time. What would really be tough, and I saw this happen in a gameplay video, is if you're the first player and the chameleon. That would be unbelievably tough.
Yeah, that would be unbelievably tough. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I'm going to try and think of... That would be too obvious. I think I've got one.
I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, y'all all ready? You ready to go?
Yeah.
Ready to do this? All right. Hot.
Outdoors.
Humid.
Confederacy.
All right, so far, what's your clue, Tim?
I'll do crazy.
Okay, I don't know if it's Chris or Jeremy, but I think it's Chris or Jeremy.
Confederacy.
Yeah, I think so too.
So,
Look, last time I was too specific, okay?
Wait, what was Chris's again?
Outdoors.
Outdoors.
outdoors. So, that does narrow it down, because now we know it's not the completely indoor state of New York. So now...
Could be the outdoor state of California, Texas, Alabama, Hawaii, Florida, Montana.
I don't know. Kentucky has that sunshade covering the entirety of its population.
They just installed that, what was that brand of awning that they used to always advertise on The Price is Right?
Oh, yeah.
That hangs off the side of your house.
Sunsetter awning.
They just installed their sunsetter
The sunsetter.
awning, so-
There's a sunsetter over the entire state of Kentucky. It's in and outdoors. So the thing is, though,
It's a hybrid state.
No, it's a state that people spend time outdoors.
Yes, you could say that about every state, though.
You could.
I see
Alaska,
your
what
thought
is there to
process
do in
there.
Alaska but be
Yeah, I
outside?
see what he's saying.
I see your
Yeah,
thought
no,
process there, but
I get it.
Illinois, come on.
So technically, here's what I'm thinking.
All there is to do there is eat sausage and like stay inside. That's all there is to do in Illinois.
What I'm thinking is that if Jeremy said Confederacy, he was thinking like a good number of these were Confederate states, but like not all of them though. Like you've got New York in there, you've got Hawaii that wasn't even like
California.
Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure
know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was
like an old
governor of
sweater.
California back in the Civil War. So
Civil War. So I think it was pretty much a northern state.
yeah, they were pretty liberal in the Civil War. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they would work. Dang it! That doesn't narrow it down at all. I'm torn. I don't know if the game would have picked Chris twice. I don't know if it would be that cruel.
I don't know either.
Actually, technically, it would have been a third time because of the.
Would have been the third time because the first time, was.
All right, it's stuck in Chris's head, which makes me think that he's mad about it. Which also, which also makes me think that it's Chris again.
I would be if it were me. I would be.
Excellent recovery.
It's 100% Chris. No, I'm torn between Chris and Jeremy. I think I'm leaning Chris. I'm ready to vote if
Made a
everybody
big
else
mistake.
is ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote.
let's vote.
Okay.
Oh, I voted, but somebody voted before me and pushed me out of the voting.
What happened? Who hasn't voted? Yellow, blue, red. Oh no! It was Jeremy.
Told you it wasn't me.
I was so close to voting for Jeremy.
I assume the state was Florida.
You assume correctly. You assume correctly.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I was right, but it's telling me I was wrong, but I was on the wrong losing team because you guys are all suckers.
Yeah, suckers. What gave it away?
Crazy.
Yeah,
I almost said man, but
I
almost said man too, but I
I
thought
would totally give it away.
that would have narrowed it down instantly.
That was one of my first thoughts, and I was like, "There's no way that would be
That'd be
too specific."
way too easy.
I was really torn on that one for a little bit. I was like, how do you not give this away? Outside, actually, I forgot about all the beaches. That did make sense.
I will say
It's like 90% beaches.
I will say after hot and humid, because I had no idea what it was when it got to me. I was taking I was gonna say, because before it got to me, it was like hot, humid, and outdoors, and I took a gamble with Confederacy because I was like, what if it ends up being? And then when everybody laughed, I was like, oh man, it's Hawaii.
Yeah, I didn't want to say something like beach or ocean.
Hawaii's not superhuman. I was tempted to say Disney and cut it down to 2 states.
Well,
Make you do a 50-50.
Yeah.
I guess I could have said ocean and been okay. Carol is like North Carolina. Yeah, that's on there.
That would
New
have been a
New
pretty
York.
good clue because
New
Texas
York.
has oceans.
And even with beach, Illinois has beaches on the Great Lakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Texas has beaches. Alabama has beaches. Hawaii has beaches. Florida
I
has
almost
true.
said beach, but I was like, I felt like that would have been too odd. I mean, in most people's head, it would have gone straight to Florida or Hawaii,
Yeah.
or maybe
Yeah.
California. But
California, yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, I mean, beach would have been a pretty good clue, actually, thinking about it now. But
yeah, it's true.
But it also would have been a very generic clue because it applies
been
to, I think,
very
more
generic.
than half.
it applies
to a lot.
not quite half, but it applies to a lot.
ooh, okay.
Oh,
Good Lord.
Man, it's a good thing I know all of these authors. Ooh.
It's a good thing I'm super familiar with all of their work.
gosh,
Yoinks.
dude. Okay, I am not. I mean, I know this person, not familiar enough with them to come up with a clue that's not too generic or too specific.
I got one.
I mean, I feel like the one that I give is going to be like, oh, it's going to give it away.
I'm gonna take. I know we haven't started yet, but I'm taking a Hail Mary. I'll let y'all know why I chose that if I end up being right.
What? Jeremy just voted before we gave our clues.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already got it, but we'll see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I wanted to take a wild swing.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Jeremy is calling his shot. He is pointing his bat to right field and saying it's second deck. All right, Chris, what is this?
Oh, I'm up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Movie.
Female.
Train.
magic.
Texas.
And my shot was correct, guys. My shot was correct.
Mint already voted 2.
Well, because it was obvious.
It was obvious that it's who.
There is a very obvious clue. There was a word that was given that does not apply to this at all, and it was from a color that could make bulls angry.
Yes.
Well, I agree with that, but what's up with Paul's clue?
Don't worry about it right now. Think
What was
about
your
it.
clue again?
Texas. Look,
Oh.
all right. This. I don't want to talk about it right now. All right, to give it away
I'm not
to
as familiar
Le
with
Chameleon.
Maybe there's something
But-
you know that I don't.
Look, I don't know what's up with Paul's answer. All I know is that I said train right after he said woman, and he thought J.K. Rowling and Hogwarts.
That's true. That's true. All right, I'm voting.
That is true.
I'm voting.
That is true. I forgot about Hogwarts. I forgot about the trade.
Woo! All right, you have to make a guess, Tim. You have to make a
Solid.
guess.
Jeremy threw me off hardcore there. Like he baited me pretty bad. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's weird because I just watched Harry Potter too, the whole series.
That's so funny. You have 15 seconds to guess the author.
I have no idea.
Think of the clues except for Texas.
Yeah, what was up?
Yeah, I don't know what that.
Make a guess. Make a guess.
Yeah, I know. Oh, dude, I was typing 16. I just didn't put it in time.
Oh.
You typed 16? What's 16?
What was...
That's the
Agatha
number.
Christie. I would have
The
gotten
number
it
of
right.
Agatha Christie. Yeah.
Oh, you would have got it. Well, let's just give him
We'll
the
just
point.
give yourself the points.
Oh, it
How
was
is there
Agatha
no-
Christie. It was Agatha Christie. Right.
Yeah.
I knew what
How
the
do you
secret
see
word
numbers?
was.
What do you mean
I
you're
knew what the
typing in
secret word
numbers?
was.
You can
you type
you
in
can
the
type in
number
the name or the
adjacent.
number of the word.
But what is the? I don't see numbers corresponding to the words.
Oh,
There's
there they are.
They're
There's
top.
numbers
Yeah,
in
they're top left in each
really
square.
hard to
Oh,
see.
I
Top
could
left
not
in
even
each
see
square.
those.
The green ones are almost impossible to see.
Wow, I
Yeah,
couldn't
They're a
see
little
those.
hard to see in the green. Why'd you do Texas?
Because
Yeah, is that
I
what's
read
wrong?
Agatha Christie at the start of the round, and then about 10 seconds later had it in my mind that it was Jane Austen. And the capital of Texas is Austin.
Because I said,
What the heck? I would have never made that connection.
I just assumed that Paul gave a bum clue. It was pretty obvious to me that Tim was the chameleon.
Yeah, when he said magic.
No, I just completely forgot that it was Agatha Christie, and I had that in my mind at the start of the round. I would have voted on me. I gave a clue
How
for
many
Jane
points
Austen.
do you get? How many points do you get for guessing the right thing?
We get
1.
none since he guessed it right, though.
Yeah,
the word
so-
right.
So we don't. Yeah, because it gave us all 2, right?
He guessed it right,
He gets 2 and we get none.
so I'm down to 0. Jeremy, you're down to 0. But it already triggered.
No,
the
he's
end
not.
of
He's at 3.
the, or
he's at
3. I
3.
mean, but it already triggered the end of the game though.
Yeah.
"Oh my
Oh.
So
bad."
Tim gets 1, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
But no, he gets okay.
He
Oh,
gets
that's
1.
cool.
Oh, and just so you know, the reason I called my shot so early before anybody even gave words and how I guessed it was Tim was David was very okay, I've got a clue. It was a very honest I have a clue, and both Chris and Paul sort of looked like they were struggling to come up with a clue, and Tim was just staring intently at
I saw authors. I was like, "Oh crap!" I haven't read
Tolstoy.
people since
Dear God.
middle school.
Hope it's not Tolstoy.
That is funny.
And then I'm a little tired, and my glasses prescription is old. I'm literally just analyzing each square.
Danielle Steele. Man, I really hope it's not Danielle Steele.
I don't know.
Nude man.
I was gonna say mystery, but I wasn't secure enough in the fact that any of these other authors wrote mystery books.
Yeah.
Well, that was my thing. I don't know. I mean, I know a couple of Agatha Christie's books. I know the famous ones that have been made into movies. I've never read any of her.
Yeah.
And so all I know is she writes murder mysteries. So I'm like, well, I don't want to say that.
Yeah. I was thinking about saying mystery, but I was like, I literally couldn't name another mystery author on this list, so I better not.
Yeah, I only thought of Agatha Christie after I realized Jeremy threw me way off.
What was
I
yours,
like,
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Mine was
Train.
Train because I
Train.
knew that anybody who didn't know it would probably instantly
that
go
was
to
smart.
Train.
Yeah,
I
that was smart.
see. For me, just because we just saw I just saw something about Murder on the Orient Express. I would have immediately gone to Christie. If you, maybe it's just because I knew what it was. Maybe I was like, "What? That was too obvious."
Well, that's what I didn't even make the connection with, because the train is a big deal in Harry Potter as well. I didn't even think about. I didn't make that connection.
It's been so long since I've seen the movies or anything. I didn't.
Well,
I didn't
and then Paul said Texas, and I was like, "What?"
That was a complete.
I was like, "I'm screwed now."
Paul wasn't playing that round. That's all good.
Yeah.
I thought I was so clever too. I was like, Jane Austen, eh? What's the capital of Texas?
I thought about going with the clue, and this would have really probably made you even thought more about magic. I thought about going with the clue disappeared, but then I wasn't confident enough that anybody else would know that she disappeared for a month of her life, and then suddenly reappeared and had no clue where she had been the last month.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't
that's
know
a
that
deep
either.
cut
I was
there.
just thinking the characters in her books, the person that got murdered or something.
Oh no, Agatha Christie just vanished and then reappeared a month later in a
Are you
hospital,
serious?
having no idea how she got there.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that at all.
I didn't either.
All right, everybody, that was our video. Hopefully it was enjoyable. If you have any questions about the game or about Festa in general, please comment below or email us directly at thedicey@gmail.com. Hopefully we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more gameplays from this new platform just to kind of give you an idea of how it works. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you at the table.